All right, let's talk about the game that, one of the games that are being perpetuated with when it comes to relationships. Let's go over what a game is, first of all, because women will never be the prize. But just like there's secrets in the world, and human beings are actually performing and conducting um, their their ways of life day in, day out based on this game. And the game is it's like one of the worst kept secrets. There's predators and prey. And for the most part, these broads attempt to be the predators when they're not fit for duty. They're not wives, and they play this game when it comes to securing a husband or securing a relationship. The broads will be way more forthcoming, approaching men and coming to the relationship with benefits and performance without lacking performance and without having issues. No interference will be present if these brawls was not playing a game. So let's see what this game, the definition of a game is: joy, fun. And we know fun is wasting time. Fun is just wasting time. We'll get that definition here shortly. But just like in my previous video, I looked up the definition of fun in the etymology, and we're going to get what fun is in the Webster Dictionary. All right. Joy, fun, game, amusement. Common Germanic. Get my Give me 1 second. Says Germanic. Germanic, joy, glee, Old Norse, gaman, game, sport, pleasure, for sport. So, I said it before in my previous videos, if a man is not married, don't get married. If a man is married, then stay married. But the divorce laws in America they penalize and punish the men most of the time, just like family court does not support family. Marriage does not benefit or support the husband. So it's best for the dudes to just avoid marriage if they're not married, and avoid these broads and don't take them serious because they're not wives. These broads in America are not wives. There's too many broads subscribing to monogamy because monogamy can be used as a deal breaker. All right, and most of the time, the broads are the ones pushing monogamy, and there's all types of proof that monogamy has too many horror stories and bad results. And the broads are the only ones that are using monogamy as an advantage, right? So it says sport, merriment, Danish gaman, Swedish gaman, merriment, said to be identical with Gothic gaman, participation, communion, etc., etc. All right. So it's a game. All right. And then we're going to go up here and type in joke. What is a joke? All right. A jest, right? Like a jester, like a clown. And these broads are pretty much clowns. All right. They're clowns, man. Something done to excite laughter. They find it funny that a man is not their type, or a man can't live up to what they require and stuff like that. So what I noticed, like I said in my previous video, um, one thing that never gets old to these broads is being single and being unmarried, right? They have unrealistic values, all right, delusional requirements to be with them. And meanwhile, these broads don't do anything that benefits a man. Take sex out the equation and they have nothing to offer, all right? But ill logic, special need behavior, right? Low IQ intelligence, all right? And it's a wash, rinse, repeat kind of cycle with these broads. They're all over the place pretending to be the prize when they're not. The only dudes that are really falling for this foolishness are fools. Okay? It says joke, jest, sport, pastime. All right? Pastime. Right? And to these broads, you know, looking for new lovers for them is a sport and a pastime. They try to make looking for a man recreational, all right, because they're not wives. And again, my channel's for the men, and I say I speak freely. I created this channel to say what I want to say, speak freely without, going overboard as far as I'm concerned. And again, whoever don't like it, I don't give a fuck. All right. We're going to keep it about these bras because for the most part, they believe it's a secret amongst the broads at how they're not wives and how they're manipulating and manipulating their position and their false sense of empowerment just because they don't want to be wives. So a lot of, their only options are perverts and simps and the Skittle community, especially with these broads. Me personally, I believe that these broads need to really be with each other and leave men and children alone since they have a problem being women. All right. So it says, let's go here to Google. Because the other day I went to the etymology. Let's go to here. See? The word fun is a noun and an adjective that means lighthearted pleasure, enjoyment, amusement, or an activity that gives you a good time. It's a waste of time is what it is, man. Having fun is a waste of time. Nothing productive comes out of having fun unless two like-minded people are taking pleasure in being constructive and progressive, all right? But fun is a waste of time, man. Having fun with these bras is a joke, man. You know what I'm saying? And women are not the prize. So let's go here. look at a couple of these articles where these broads are having fun, being useless, having fun, throwing a monkey wrench in the outcome for the men that they're dealing with. It says former Senator Kristen Sinema details affair with married bodyguard. That's adultery. All right. His ex-wife seeks more than $75K in damages. So that bodyguard that was married, he's going to suffer the most by dealing with another woman. Says we were outside, Matt kissed me, we went inside and had intercourse. And she's snitching on the married guy. Sinema recalled of their first romantic encounter. She's not even a good side chick. She's snitching. All right. This is a Becky. Detailed her month-long affair with her former bodyguard, Matthew Amell, in July. All right. Matthew's ex-wife, Heather Amell, sued Sinema in January under North Carolina's alienation of affection law, arguing that Sinema willfully and intentionally seduced her husband of 14 years. See, women will never be the prize. Women will always be a stumbling block for dudes that take them serious. Damn, what's going on with this thing? All types of pop-ups. Hell no, I don't want that TikTok. All right. Damn it. I'm trying to hit the X. Come on now. Give me back my story. What's going on here? Come on now. So, all right. Mother can attend 1-year-old son's funeral. All right. If these broads will leave men and children alone, then men will have a better chance of getting the outcome and the results of life at a higher percentage and at a greater rate if they just keep themselves first. Damn, man, it's hella pop-ups today. Mother can attend 1-year-old son's funeral as she faces murder charge in his hot car death. She left her child in a hot vehicle. Deja Coleman, damn. What is going on here? It says Deja Coleman, who was in prison, was charged with second-degree murder and cruelty to children after her son was found in a hot car on July 29th. You know, we're just gonna go through a couple of these, man. You know what I'm saying? These broads are not the prize, man. All right. A 4-year-old boy shoots his 5-year-old sister to death after he found gun in fanny pack while mom slept on the couch. See, this place is not getting better. So, I don't have any, positive thoughts about these broads or the outcomes that they're going after or going to get, or for the children, or for the sake of their situation. All right? These broads are failures. They fail in their femininity. They fail as mothers. They fail as wives. These broads are flunkies over here, man. All right? I don't have a dog in this race. And I'm talking about these broads. These are always my thoughts. I created my channel for my thoughts. All right? If you don't like it, don't subscribe. Go find somebody else's channel. I'm pointing out what I see. And I'm not putting something there that's not already there. These bras are failures. All right? They're not wives. They're failures. They're opportunists. And like I said, what never gets old to these broads is not being in relationships. It never gets old for them to always sabotage and throw a monkey wrench in situations. The world is already wicked. All right? There's so much other uh, forms of chaos that are active in the world. But these bras are another problem and another stumbling block, and a secret that's not a secret no more. All right, these bras are being exposed, and I want to play my part in exposing the negative outcomes from dealing with these bras and having children with these bras. It's always the men and the children that suffer the most when it comes to these bras. These bras will never be the prize. They never were. They never will be. They're not the prize. They're actually the problem. All right. These bras are the problem, not the spaces they be in. The spaces they be in are not the problem. They are the problem. I'm sick and tired of these bras continuing to avoid accountability by blaming everything else except for themselves. They are the problem. The mirror's not the problem. The restaurant's not the problem. You know what I mean? The person who made the clothes is not the problem. The person who created the internet is not the problem, which is gives credit to a so-called black woman. These bras are the problem. The men are not the problem. I'm not dealing with that. All right. These people are created to be who they created to be. A pervert is created for these raggedy ass broads. So they go hand in hand. But the broads, though, they're failures. They're no greater than their options. These lifestyles they choose to live, nah, it's not the lifestyle that's the problem. It's the broad. She's the problem. A Florida mom is behind bars after her 4-year-old son grabbed a loaded gun and shot his 5-year-old sister to death while their mother slept on the couch. They're failures. Now some father got to wake up and find out that his child is no longer. All right. Just looking for stuff. It's all types of stuff. All types of stuff going on. You know what I mean? These bras are not the prize. They are not the prize. What's this? Former Love and Hip Hop Atlanta star charged in Florida real estate scam. See, around here fronting. They're frauds, scammers, liars, cheaters, manipulators. All of it, man. Worst case scenario, they end up like this. You know what I mean? No longer. Woman's boyfriend told her to move out of his apartment, so she burned it down, killing a 71-year-old man who lived 2 floors above them. See, I tell you know I tell my sons, man, don't live with no woman, man. Especially since you like these damn black broads, man. They are the worst ones, man. But like I said, man, a lot of lust burns in the hearts of these dudes for these bras. It's all lust. All right. They still find these bras attractive, still think their looks are seductive, and they're willing to tolerate these stupid ass bras just for the sake of having sex with them. They haven't found out. You know, they haven't been hit hard with these with the foolishness of these bras yet. You know what I'm saying? So I was just like, yo, they'll learn because these bras, uh, they can't keep up the fronts and the lies, man. You know what I'm saying? They can't pretend long. You know, they're gonna eventually show their true colors. And these dudes, who ever deal with them, gonna learn the hard way. You know what I'm saying? I don't play the fence. I don't care about what the dudes is doing, man. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, the only dudes that deal with these bras are perverts and simps. And that goes for the LMNOP community. That's these bras' only options. Fools, simps, perverts, and scammers and stuff like that. You know, and thugs and stuff like that. You know. And once dudes start wising up, you know, I told my sons, you know, don't let these bras move in with you because it's gonna take them too long to get the hell out. And don't you move in with a broad, 'cause it's gonna take you too long to get away from her when it's time to get away from her. You gotta grab all your belongings. It's gonna take you too long to get the hell up out of there. You gotta be like Al, Al Pacino in the movie Heat, you know. If it take you longer than 3 minutes to get away from a broad, which that's too long, then yeah, you should be in any situation that you can't leave within 3 minutes, man. So if you gotta grab all your belongings with these bras, then you messed up right there. When you gotta grab all your stuff, man, you shouldn't even have all your stuff around these bras. And she shouldn't even be nowhere near all your assets. Gotta protect yourself at all times when it comes to these bras. So this dude learned the hard way. And the 71-year-old man had to lose his life because one of these damn, one of these raggedy ass Pookeishas was in the building and didn't want to leave in peace. You know what I'm saying? So dudes learn the hard way with these bras, man. Especially these black bras. They're the worst. Right? You gotta have a different appetite for these when it comes to dealing with bras. You gotta change your appetite if you still got an appetite for these melanated bras, man. These Pookeishas, as I call them. These are Pookeishas, man. They like Pookies and Ray Rays, but they're Pookeishas. That's what I call them. On my channel, I call them Pookeishas, and in real life, I'm not their type. I already know what they come with. They're out here fronting and playing a game, man. It's a game to them. It says apartment building in Milwaukee, Wisconsin that Clay Brooks set on fire, killing a 71-year-old man. A 29-year-old Wisconsin woman will spend more than 2 decades behind bars after she torched her boyfriend's apartment when he told her to move out, killing a 71-year-old man. You can't live with these bras, man. You don't even want to play house with these bras. Marriage is a scam, and it doesn't benefit the men. And these bras are foolish and pretenders, and they don't deserve relationships. These bras need to be off limits, deemed off limits to the men, because men and children suffer the most when it comes to these bras, man. I done seen enough of these broads and enough of these outcomes that that the men suffer from when it comes to these bras, man. I'm telling you, it's all about, it's all about, keeping yourself first as a man. All right, and save yourself from these bras. All right, so that's another one, man. You know what I'm saying? What is this? Ain't that sickening? Woman spent 3 months exchanging explicit texts with a mysterious stranger. Then she discovers it was her dad in disguise. Well, damn. She must have found out later in life that this dude was her father, or else her father must have already known that this was his daughter. And this is what's going on. A TikTok creator says she spent 3 months messaging someone she believed was a stranger before discovering the person was her father. The short clip shows the creator filming herself in a mirror while on screen captions set up the story as a premise for a Netflix documentary rather than explaining what happened directly. The creator uses the caption to lay out the unusual circumstances surrounding the 3-month exchange. Let's get to the part where she found out it was her father. The 3-month conversation took an unexpected turn, me preparing a Netflix documentary on how I have been chatting with a stranger for 3 months and we've been talking nasty with each other, not knowing it was my dad in disguise. Oh, so he was in disguise, so he must have been just trying to bait you. But it seemed like some perverted activity. The wording suggests the conversation had moved beyond small talk, with the creator describing the messages as nasty. The video does not show the messages or explain what was discussed during the 3 months. It remains unclear. All right, so what happened? Me preparing my Netflix documentary. Let's see. I'm not about to play that video. But yeah, these bras are not the prize, man. They're foolish. The post was garnered more than 9 views, 982,000 views, and over 4,300 comments. Several views focused on 3-month time frame and questioned whether the father knew who he was talking to. One commenter wrote, "If he knew, then that's weird of him. 3 months." The comments focused on the length of the alleged exchange. I'm not lost because a lot of these children don't know who their father is. Interesting how the black community um, popularized hating their fathers and, um, you know, allowing their mothers to be exempt from any type of um, blame and accountability. But then all of a sudden, when something like this pops up, they're like, oh, I wonder if the father knew who she was. A lot of these children don't know who their fathers is in the black community. A lot of them hate their fathers. So a lot of them don't even deal with their fathers. All right, they don't know who their fathers are. They don't care about their fathers. They don't respect their fathers for not sticking around with those stupid ass mothers. But then all of a sudden, they can't wait to accuse the father of being a pervert without the full story being exposed and disclosed. Meanwhile, the mothers are always given a pass in the black community. That's another reason why I don't like the so-called black bra, because she's too busy playing the victim, and then she gets a hard pass um, for being stupid. All right, it says another viewer asks, I'm so lost. Was he pranking you or what? A third row girl, my mental health. I can't believe you. While another commented, someone should borrow me a pardon to beg, right? Let me see. There is no indication in the video. The creator has not shared further details about the conversation because she lying. She lying, man. She's lying about how she found out. She's lying about why won't she come out and say, I didn't know my father and all that? See, where's all that at? Georgia mother underwent hysterectomy before learning cancerous biopsy belonged to another woman. Well, let's see here. Clarissa Shields said Papoose was supposed to downgrade. Remy Ma just called her a hand-me-down and new diss track wanna go. All right, well, just wanted to make a light video, man, just to, you know what I'm saying? Because, just wanted to see what was on here, what type of stuff is on here, man. You know what I'm saying? But these bras are not the prize, man. What does that say? Adult man shares his mother's bedroom for his entire life. Hold on. Can't play that with that music. Let's see. We're just looking to see what's on her. This dude went through a divorce. Cost him $1.6 million once ex-sanctioned. See? Alvin Nathaniel Joyner, Joyner, better known by his stage name Exhibit, separated from his wife, Krista Joyner, in 2025. However, tensions between the former couple continues to fuel new legal drama, with the American rapper now claiming that their divorce battle has cost him $1.6 million. Damn. Exhibit agreed on co-parenting terms while pushing for sanctions against his ex-wife, Krista. See, that's what I'm saying. Do not get married to these broads. According to the filing, the American rapper actor says he spent $1.6 million over the past 5 years on legal fees and other expenses related to the case. This includes $400,000 that he says he paid towards his ex-wife's attorney fees. Damn, they had to pay her attorney fees. So I'm pretty sure out of spite, his wife wanted to drag this case out as much as possible to try to break his pockets. According to Exhibit's court filing, he alleged that his ex-wife and her attorney took an aggressive approach and prolonged the legal proceedings instead of reaching a settlement. See that? He claims this strategy delayed an agreement while also driving up the overall cost of the case. I'm telling you, man, do not marry these bras in America. It's a setup. It's a dummy move. Stay single. Worry about yourself. That's what I would do. That's what I'm doing. Okay. Like I said, I can't tell men what to do, but I know only a fool would deal with these bras and take them serious, man. They're not the prize, man. It says, with this in mind, the Michigan-born rapper has asked the judge to impose at least a $200,000 penalty on Krista. He wants some of his money back, man. You know what I'm saying? Exhibit alleged that his ex-wife and her attorney deliberately prolonged the case to intimidate and harass him. He argues that they should face sanctions as a result. Hopefully he get that sanction approved and she can break some bread. And because she more than likely she don't have that kind of money. You know what I'm saying? So she had to be penalized. Exhibit and Krista Joyner relationship began in 2001 when the couple started dating. See, that whole dating thing is a scam, man. Forget that dating shit. In 2008, they welcomed their son Xavier, who tragically passed away just 11 days after his birth. They later welcomed another son, Gatlin, in 2010. The couple officially married in 2014. Damn. Took you 13 years to marry this broad, man. That's what I'm saying. That whole dating thing is for fools, man. You know what I'm saying? The couple officially married in November 2014. However, their relationship eventually came to an end, with Krista, the wife, filing for divorce in February 2021. See? These bras, man. Just talked about that divorce, man. Let's go to the internet. What percentage of women file for divorce in America? Okay. In the United States, approximately 69 to 70% of all divorces are initiated by the women. Okay. Who initiates 90% of divorces? College-educated women initiate roughly 90% of divorces in the specific demographic, according to data from the American Sociological Association. For the general population, women overall initiate about 70% of divorces. All right. Let's see, what is the premise or, matter of fact, not the premise, but the grounds of the 70% of women filing what is the grounds? What is the let's go here. What is the grounds of 70% of women? Studies show that women initiate roughly 70% of all divorces in America legally. Most states use no-fault divorce, meaning filers only need to state that the marriage is broken beyond repair, irreconcilable differences. Sociologically, women file more often due to unequal domestic burdens, emotional disconnection, and lower marital satisfaction. It's not worth it, man. It's not worth it, man. The women are not the prize, man. Women are not the prize, man. All right. It's a bunch of stuff going on. I just wanted to talk about I just wanted to I wanted to give my thoughts on how women are not the prize, because they're all over the place doing stupid stuff, being stupid, because they are foolish, man. They're not wives, man. These bras are not wives, man. They're not wives, and they're not wise. All right? The bras are not wise, man. Woman goes far from one. They're not wise, man. That's all I want to cover, man. That's you know what I'm saying. Women are not the prize, all right? You know what I'm saying? They're not the prize, man. They're pretending, they're fronting, they're holding out, holding back, playing games, having fun playing games. It's all for laughter. It's all for wasting time. Dudes, I would only deal with bras recreationally for the most part. These bras are you know, it's better things to do, man, than to deal with these bras, man. You know what I'm saying? It's better to be productive as possible without these bras, man. These bras are foolish, man. So yeah, just wanted to drop this video real quick. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully somebody understands that these bras are not the prize. Somebody needs to hear this. Again, if you don't like the way I sound, you don't like me, you know, you don't like what I say, you don't like the sound of my voice, you don't like that I'm getting on these bras, and like I said, man, I don't give a fuck.